What's good everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 13 Retro in the Lucky Green colorway. This pair dropped on September 26th for $190 US or $255 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is white, black, and lucky green, and I want to give a huge thank you over to The Closet Inc. The Closet Inc., for all my Canadian viewers out there, is my go-to spot for Air Jordan Retros, and they own and operate 2 locations here in Southern Ontario in Canada. So I'll add their social media, their website, all that good stuff down below, so be sure to check them out and show them some love. These Jordan 13s looks very similar to the Ray Allen PEs that dropped back in 2011, but there were some changes made to this model, so I'm going to point these out throughout this review. Taking a closer look, starting things off with the toe box, this is constructed using a very nice soft leather. It has a bit of this tumbled finish to it, and overall the quality was on point. Overlaid on top on both the lateral and medial sides, the leather here has a signature dimpled look to it. But the one major change that they've made to these Jordan 13s is the outer edge of this overlay has this rolled finish to it, and this outside edge is actually done in reflective 3M. If I flip this over to the medial side, you'll see this dimpled leather is a bit longer than the lateral side, and in this case it runs all the way to the edge of the toe box. Underneath this we have this green synthetic suede material which to the touch really feels like felt. I personally really love this shade of green, it has a very nice vibrancy to it which I loved. On the lateral side of the back heel, we have that signature hologram with Jordan branding within it, and then the remainder of the back heel is done in that same green suede or felt-like material. For the laces, these come with a thin white colored rope lace, and underneath this we have the tongue. So the bottom half of the tongue has this perforated look to it. This is entirely done in that same tumbled white leather, and then in the center of the top of the tongue we have the Jumpman logo embroidered in green. At the very bottom of the tongue we have this nylon tag which has Jordan branding on it done in a combination of black and green. The inner liner of these Jordan 13s is done in this black colored textile, and if this was up to me, I would probably have left this white, making this essentially a green version of the Chicago 13s, but I guess Jordan Brand wanted to mix it up a little bit, change it up, and that's why I guess they added the black liner. Pulling out the insoles, these come with a green colored insole with Jordan branding on the heel. The upper of these Jordan 13s sits atop this midsole, which is partially covered in that same green felt or suede-like material. This resembles a panther's paw, so we have these black colored pods which protrude out the side, and then encased within this midsole but not visible to the eye, we have Nike Zoom Air both underneath the forefoot as well as underneath the heel. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Jordan 13 outsole. So we have this herringbone traction pattern found on these white colored rubber pods, and then in the middle we have a carbon fiber shank plate to give you torsional rigidity and midfoot support. And then this is finished off with the circular Jordan branding done in green and black. So that breaks down the look of this shoe. For those wondering how these fit, generally speaking I'd say you can stick true to size if you don't mind a bit more of a roomy fit, but if you prefer your shoes to fit really snug, then you can definitely go a half size down. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10, and I'd say that they fit, but they are a little bit roomy. From a length perspective, there's just about a thumb or just over a thumb's width between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe. So I personally think that I could have gone down to a 9.5, and that would have given me a really nice snug fit. Moving on to the topic of comfort, so the Jordan 13s are actually pretty comfortable. With the Zoom Air both underneath the forefoot and underneath the heel, straight out of the box I could feel it right away, and even though it looks like a pretty heavy shoe, in hand it's actually pretty light. So for me, I'm not going to be wearing these to ball, this is just strictly a casual use sneaker, and I think from that respect it's going to be perfectly fine. It's a little bit bulky, but comfort wise it's not bad at all. Last but not least, in terms of the quality of this shoe, overall I'd say that it's pretty solid, it's nothing spectacular, but Jordan Brand did a pretty good job. The materials, as I mentioned before, has a nice softness to it, and while the craftsmanship wasn't perfect, overall I'd say that it was on point. With all that being said now, let's lace up these lucky green Jordan 13s and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. The small changes that Jordan Brand did to this shoe made me not the biggest fan of it. I don't love the 3M piping on the outer edge of this overlay, and I would have preferred this inner liner to be white instead of black. And it's crazy to think that even though I love the shade of green, it's the smallest things that really make the biggest differences. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about this lucky green Jordan 13. Did you guys cop a pair of these, or did you pass? And if you passed, was it because you're just not a fan of the 13s, or you weren't really feeling this colorway? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at esco8. Check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Another huge shout out goes out to The Closet Inc., and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.